Before we dive into the details of JAMOVI, it's important to understand why tools like this matter. In research and data analysis, things can get overwhelming really fast. Like, ang daming numbers, tables, and steps na minsan nakaka-confuse, lalo na for beginners. That's why having a software that is easy to learn and user-friendly makes a huge difference. For students, this is a big help kasi you don't need advanced technical skills just to get started. And for researchers, it makes the workflow smoother and more manageable. Tools like this make statistics less intimidating and more approachable, which is exactly what most people need, especially when they're still learning. So, before we jump in, it's good to keep in mind why tools like JAMOVI are valuable. They make the research journey easier, clearer, and less confusing.
JAMOVI is a modern, open-source statistical analysis software designed to make data analysis simple, intuitive, and accessible, especially for students and researchers who are new to statistics. Its interface looks similar to a spreadsheet, so users can enter, view, and manage their data easily. Unlike more complicated tools, JAMOVI allows you to perform statistical tests through buttons and menus instead of writing code. JAMOVI also generates clean, publication-ready tables and charts that are easy to copy into reports and research papers. Because it is built using the R statistical engine, it provides accuracy and flexibility while still being very beginner-friendly. Overall, JAMOVI is a helpful tool for learning statistics, completing school research, and analyzing data without needing advanced technical skills.
A paired t-test is a statistical method used to compare two related measurements taken from the same group. These paired measurements often come from before and after situations, repeated testing, or match subjects. The purpose of a paired t-test is to determine whether the average difference between the two sets of scores is statistically significant.
Now that we are all aware of the definition of JAMOVI in the paired sample t-test, let's first make sure na malinaw sa atin kailan nga ba ginagamit ang paired t-test para hindi tayo malito sa pagpili ng tamang statistical test. A paired t-test is used when we want to compare two related measurements taken from the same participant. Ibig sabihin, isang participant lang, pero dalawang beses siyang sinusukat sa magkaibang oras, kondisyon o sitwasyon.
Now that we are all aware about the definition of JAMOVI and paired sample t-tests, let's now start our tutorial on how to use them in real-life situation. So let's open Excel and this QM data. This is a dummy data, by the way. And for the sake of this tutorial, let's assume that I am a researcher investigating whether an 8-week fitness program lowers resting heart rates. The record heart rates are from 30 participants before and after the intervention. And since the measurements are tied to the same participants, these paired datasets are the stage of a paired sample t-test. Let's now open our JAMOVI app. Upon opening, you can manually add your data and you can edit the data variable name, description, measure type, data type, and missing values. Another option is you can click these three lines and this special import, then find your data. So as you can see, it is already import. So let's now edit our data. The participant's measure type is ID and the heart rates needed to be continuous. Why so? It is because paired sample t-test compared the two mean of two related groups or measurement. Thus, it needed to be continuous. So, this is continuous. So, let's edit the variable name. So, let's copy this and put it here sa description. Then, we will call this the pre-BPM because this data is obtained after the intervention. So let's call it pre. And here, same. And we're gonna call it post-BPM because this data is obtained after the intervention. So, we're done here sa data natin. Let's then click Analysis and t-test. So, under t-test, we have independent sample t-test, paired sample t-test, and one sample t-test. So, let's click paired sample t-test and this pre-BPM compared to this post-BPM. So, and after it, this result will automatically show. So, let's focus here sa p-value. Ang p-value less than 0.05 suggests a significant effect. And here sa data natin, we have a 0.001, which means it is statistically significant, means the 8-week fitness program caused a real and meaningful decrease in heart rates. And we can also click this mean difference. And the mean difference between the pre and post intervention heart rate was 4.80, and this indicate a measurable reduction after the intervention. And we can also click this descriptive, and this data will show. As you can see, the average heart rate of the participants before the intervention is 75.0, and after the intervention, it decreases to 70.0. And by the way, we can also see if the pre-heart rate is greater than the post-heart rate and vice versa. And we can also see the normality test, the Q plot. But for this situation, we just needed the descriptive and mean difference, and we prove that the intervention, the 8-week fitness intervention, have a significant effect in decreasing the heart rate of the 30 participants. And that ends our tutorial.